Good morning, students. Today we will continue the chapter in science, that is getting to know plants. In the previous class, we have learned that we see a varieties of plants existing all around us. So we will see a varieties of plants existing all around us. So you can see varieties of plants near our homes, in the school ground, on the way to school, in the parks and gardens, etc. So we will see varieties of existing plants in our daily life, and the plants are differ in size and shape. So here some plants are big and tall, and some plants are small and short. Look at this picture. Here some plants are big and tall plants, and some plants are small and short plants. Based on the plants differ in size and shape, you have learnt the plants are classified into three categories, that is herbs, shrubs and trees. So based on the size and shape, plants are classified into herbs, shrubs and trees. You have learnt in the previous class. Herbs are the plants with green and tender stems. Such plants are classified as herbs, and some plants develop branches near the base of stems. Such plants are classified as shrubs. So in the previous class you have learnt about herbs, shrubs and trees. While trees are the some plants are very tall and have hard and thick stems. Such plants are the trees. So you have learned herbs, shrubs and trees in the previous class, and also you have learned parts of the plant and also root, functions of roots, that is roots are classified into mainly two types, that is first one taproot and second one fibrous roots. So you have learnt that roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. They also anchor to the plant firmly in the soil. Roots fixes firmly the plant in the soil. We have learned all these things in the previous class. So let us study the continued part, that is parts of the different plants, that is stem, leaf, flowers and different parts of the plant. Let us study the remaining parts of the plant one by one. Next one, stem. Stem is the major part of the plant. So look at this picture. In this plant, this part is the stem. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this part is the stem of the plant. Look at this picture. Here stem, this is the part of the stem. Stem bears leaves. Look at this picture. Stem bears leaves, branches and buds, flowers, fruits, etc. So stem bears leaves, branches, buds, flowers and fruits. Stems helps in the upward movement of water. So look at this figure. So from the roots it transport or it helps in the upward movement of water. Water and minerals go to leaves from the stem and other parts connected to the stem. So ಕಾಂಡದಿಂದ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಸಸ್ಯದ ವಿವಿಧ ಭಾಗಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನೀರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮೂಲಕ, ಕಾಂಡದ ಮೂಲಕ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿಗಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸಸ್ಯದ ವಿವಿಧ ಭಾಗಗಳಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ನೀರನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಕಾಂಡ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ water and minerals goes to leaves from the stem and transport it to the different parts of the plant body. Here stem of the plant is very hard but not very thick. It is hard but not very thick. Such plants are the shrubs. ಇದು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ shrubs. In this plant the stem is hard, ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಆದರೆ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಆದರೆ it is not very thick. Such plants are the shrubs. Dear students, look at this picture. This part is the stem of the tree. So this part is the stem of the tree. The stem of a tree is strong and hard and woody. It is also called as trunk. Here in the trees the stem is very strong and hard and also woody in nature. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಕಾಂಡ ಬಹಳ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ಮು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ಕಾಂಡಗಳ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೈಟ್. ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯಲು ಕಾಂಡ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಯರ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಲೀವ್ಸ್, ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್, ಎಲೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಹೂಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಬೆಳೆಯಲು ಇದು ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಯರ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಲೀವ್ಸ್, ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ fruit, and also stem transport water and minerals from the root to the leaves. So from root to it transfers water and minerals from the root to the leaves. ನೀರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಆಹಾರದ ಖನಿಜಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಕಾಂಡ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರೂಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ it transports the food manufactured by the leaf to the other parts of the plant. ಲೀಫಲ್ಲಿ ಆಹಾರ ಏನು ತಯಾರಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಲೆಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಎಲೆಗಳಿಂದ ಆ ತಯಾರಾದ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ when an young green stem prefers food. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಹಸಿರಾದ ಕಾಂಡ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಜಿಂಜರ್, ಆನಿಯನ್, ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಟೊ. ಆಲೂಗೆಡ್ಡೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಈರುಳ್ಳಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಶುಂಠಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸ್ ಫುಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೇಸಸ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ದಿ plant upright and bears the leaves, flowers and fruit, and also it transport water and minerals from the root to the leaves. Next we learn the parts of the plant, that is leaf. Look at this picture. It is the part of the plant, that is leaf. This is the picture of leaf. It contains petiole, vein, margin, midrib, tip of the leaf and lamina. The parts of the leaf contains petiole, vein, margin, midrib, tip and lamina. These are all the parts of the leaf. Dear students, look at this diagram. So it is the part of the leaf that is called as petiole. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪೀಟಿಯೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆ ತೊಟ್ಟು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೀಫ್ ಬೈ ವಿಚ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಟು ಎ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ಈ ಪೀಟಿಯೋಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದು ಸಸ್ಯದ ಕಾಂಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ called as the petiole. The part of leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called as petiole. Petiole is the part of leaf by which it is attached to the stem of the plant. Next part is lamina. Here you can see the broad green part of the leaf is called as lamina. ಏನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಸಿರಾದ ಎಲೆಯ ಭಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವೆಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಮಿನಾ. ಸೊ the broad green part of the leaf is called as lamina. So look at this picture. The broad green part of the leaf is the lamina of the leaf. Look at this diagram. The lines on the leaf are called as veins. These lines are called as veins. So the lines which are on the leaves, that is veins. Look at this diagram. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಗೆರೆಗಳು ಕಾಣ್ತವೋ ಈ ಗೆರೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವೆಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಎಲೆಯ ಮೇಲಿರುವ ಗೆರೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ವೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೀಫ್, ಏನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈನ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪೀಟಿಯೋಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಟಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲೀಫ್. ಪೀಟಿಯೋಲಿಂದ ಎಲೆಯ ತುದಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಏನು ಲೈನ್ ಗೆರೆ ಇದೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಗೆರೆ ನಾವೆಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಿಡ್ ರಿಬ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ leaf. It is the prominent line in the middle of the leaf. Therefore it is called as midrib. ಈ ಎಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಗೆರೆ ಇದೆ ಇದು ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದು ನಾವೆಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಿಡ್ ರಿಬ್. The design made by the veins in a leaf is called as leaf venations. ಈ veins ಏನು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ ಲೀಫಲ್ಲಿ ಅವು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ leaf venation. The design made by veins in a leaf is called as leaf venation. Let us study the functions of leaves. ಎಲೆಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳೇನೆಂದರೆ the main function of leaf is to prepare food for the plants. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಹಾರ ತಯಾರಿಸುವ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ನಡೀತದೆ. By the process of photosynthesis, plants prepare their own food material. So let us study what is photosynthesis. Look at this picture. In the process of photosynthesis, plants convert light energy from the sun into chemical energy in the form of glucose or sugar. So look at this picture. Here sun gives light energy. The light energy is converted into chemical energy in leaves. Leaves contains chloroplast. Chloroplast convert light energy into chemical energy in the form of glucose or sugar. Such process is called as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which a plants prepare their own food materials in the presence of sunlight, water and carbon dioxide. Results in the formation of glucose or sugar. So here water plus carbon dioxide plus sunlight gives rise to glucose and oxygen. Oxygen is released from the plants through the leaves while in the process of photosynthesis. The chemical reaction is given as water plus carbon dioxide plus sunlight gives rise to glucose plus oxygen. So 6H2O, the chemical reaction of photosynthesis can be represented as 6H2O plus 6O2 plus light energy gives rise to C6H12O6, that is the glucose. C6H12O6 is the chemical formula of glucose plus 6CO2. So oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis. In this way, in the process of photosynthesis, plants converts light energy into chemical energy in the form of glucose or sugar. So this is the main functions of leaf. ಎಲೆಗಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಕಾರ್ಯವೆಂದರೆ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸಿ ಕೊಡುವುದು. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ತಯಾರಿಸುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್. ಸಸ್ಯಗಳ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಲೈಟ್ ಏನು ಕಿರಣ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದರ ಕಿರಣದಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ನೀರನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಎಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪತ್ರ ಹರಿತ್ತು ಎಂಬ ಅಂಶ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಪತ್ರ ಹರಿತ್ತು ಎಂಬ ಅಂಶದಿಂದ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಾಸ್ಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಂಟು chemical energy and prepare their own food material, that is glucose, and oxygen is released in the process. ಈ process ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರೀತಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸಸ್. Dear students, look at this picture. It is the part of a plant, that is flower. This is the picture of a flower. So the parts of a flower contains receptacle, filament, anther, petals, stigma, style, sepal, ovary. Look at this picture. So the parts of the plant are, this part is called as receptacle. Next, this part is the filament. The yellow part, yellow color shows the part that is anther. The red color shows the petals. So the green color, this, look at this picture, this part shows that it is a stigma, part of the flower. Next, this one is the style, and this is the green part is the sepal, and this part shows that it is a ovary. These are all the parts of the flower, that is ovary, sepal, style, stigma, petal, anther, filament, and receptacle. Here the green part of the flower is called as sepal. Look at this picture, this part is the sepal. This is a small green leaf like structure present at the base of a flower. It is at the base of a flower. It is a small green leaf like structure present at the base of the flower. ಇದೇನಿದೆ, ಇದು ಎಲೆ ಆಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತತೆ. ಇದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್. ಫ್ಲವರ್ನ ತಳಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಸೆಫಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಷ್ಪ ಪತ್ರಗಳು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ present at the base of a flower. Next, this part is called as the petals. So petals are flat, broad, generally colored. So maybe in one or more layers. This is a flat, broad, generally colored, maybe in one or more layers. This part attract flies and insects. So petals ನಾವು ಪುಷ್ಪದಳಗಳು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ ಹೈಬಿಸ್ಕಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಹೈಬಿಸ್ಕಸ್. ಇದು ದಾಸವಾಳದ ಹೂವಿನ ಚಿತ್ರ. ಇದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಜೇನುನೊಣ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ವಿವಿಧ ಕೀಟಗಳನ್ನ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲು ಇದು ಸಹಕಾರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. therefore petals are a flat, broad, generally colored, maybe in one or more layers. It may be in one layer or more layer. They attract flies and insects towards the flower. The yellow part represents anther. So it produces pollens, that is male gametes. So it is a knob-like structure attached to the top of the filament of the flower. Therefore anther produces pollens, that is male gametes. Male gametes are produced in the anther. So anther is a producer of pollens. And this part is called as filament. It is a long thin tube like structure. ಇದು long thin tube like structure ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು filament. And this yellow part is called as the anther. It is a knob like structure attached to the top of the filament. It produces pollens, that is male gametes. These are the filament and anther are the male reproductive organs. So it consists of two parts, that is filament and anther. These are the filament and anthers are the male reproductive organs. ಇವು ಮೇಲ್ reproductive organs ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. Look at this picture. This top part is called as the stigma. The top part, a top portion of the plant which receive pollens. From this part, the flower receives the pollens. So the stigma, the top portion which receives the pollen, this part is called as the stigma of the flower plant. and this part is called as style. So the style, it is a tube like structure joining to the ovary. It is a style is a tube like structure joining to the ovary of the flower plant. So ovary of the flower part. So style is a tube like structure joining to the ovary. So look at this picture. This part is called as ovary. So ovary contains beads like structure called ovules. This part is called as ovules. This part is the ovules. The ovary turns into a fruit. It then turns into a fruit and ovules turn into a seed. Here fruits and seeds are formed. So ovary turns into a fruit and while ovules are turns into a seed. These are all the parts of the flower. So the parts of the flower contains ovary, sepal, stigma, petals, anther, filament. So the functions of a flower are, it is used for the reproduction of flowers and source of food. It is used as a food source of food material and it is also as ornamental value. So reproduction, source of food and mainly it is used as a ornamental value. These are the functions of a flower. Dear students, let us study the uses of a plant. What are the uses of a plant? First one, it is used in food chains as the producers. So mainly humans are used food chains in the producer. So it is used in food chains as the producers. Plants is the main producers of food chains. Second one, plants have the ability to produce oxygen during daytime by the process of photosynthesis. By the process of photosynthesis, plants can produce oxygen. So oxygen is responsible for breathing purposes. So it is useful for breathing purposes. Next, third one, plant can be used as a way to prevent soil erosion. Soil erosion can be prevented by planting a different plants. So next, plants can also supply us with these fruits. So many fruits are available from the plants which is useful for eating purposes. Next, by planting plants and afterwards selling them can bring some profits to someone. So by selling plants you can earn some money. Next, plants can be used as medicines. So many plants have medicinal value, therefore it is used in the medicines. Dear students, look at this picture. These are the uses of plants. So plants is used for food items, that is spinach leaves, potato, radish, apple. Apple is a fruit. Radish is root parts of the plant is used for eating purposes. These are all used for eating purposes. Next, plants are useful for many wooden items, that is wooden door, paper, chopsticks, wooden pencil. These are the form of plants which are useful for various purposes, that is wooden door, paper, chopsticks, wooden pencil. And also plants have medicinal value. It is used in the preparations of various medicines. For example, tulsi, turmeric, amla, aloe vera. These are useful for the medicines preparations. Therefore, it is used to prepare various medicines. Here, tulsi, the juice of tulsi leaves is used for cough and cold. So it is used in the preparation of cough and cold medicines. Next, turmeric is used in cooking and also as anti-inflammatory. It is used in the cooking purposes. Next, amla juice is used good for stomach. Therefore, you will use amla juice. Amla juice is good for stomach. Next, aloe vera. Aloe vera juice of the aloe vera plant is good for skin. So, it will cure many skin diseases. In this way, the uses of plants are in food items, wood and medicines. These are all the uses of plants. Dear students, let us take homework for today. First one, draw a neat diagram of a flower and label the parts. You have to draw a neat diagram of the plant and you have to label the parts. So that's all for today. Thank you.